Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today we're with Marjorie Block, and she's from Saugerties Tourism in the Hudson Valley. Marjorie, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
Marjorie, you're in a storm, so we'll just ignore. You can just have all the snow you want. That's fine. Give us a little background on you, Marjorie. Where'd you grow up, and talk a little bit about your career in the private sector.
So I grew up in Saugerties. My family's actually been here since 1680. So we've been here a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I started out, I work in Woodstock, the famous Woodstock. So I'm an artist, a painter for a store called Candlestock there. I've been there 33 years.
Okay.
And then I also run a historical society that I was trying to promote. This little site right on Main Street in the village, and I started going to different shows and driving people crazy. And the next thing I know, I'm taking everybody's stuff in the community to all the travel shows with me. So that's how I ended up with this.
That a girl, man. I appreciate your persistence. Hell yeah, that's what it's about right there. All right, tell us about your event you have every year.
We have a lot of events. I don't know. Do you know anything about Saugerties? So, this was the site of Woodstock '94.
Okay.
And this is Jimmy Fallon's hometown.
All right.
So there's a lot of cool stuff that happens. And we're only 9 miles from Woodstock, so that brings a lot of visitors and things like that. So I don't know if you want to talk about just the fall, but from July to the fall to October, we have the Sawyer Car Show, and that's the best little car show in the Northeast. So that they shut down all the streets in the village of Saugerties. They have 3 live stages with all kinds of music, and thousands of cars come, and they give all that money away to charity. We have the Hudson Valley Garlic Festival. It is huge. We average 40 to 50,000 people. So, and that's a great event.
Well, let's talk about that one, because I think that's the one that's probably going to get the listeners' attention the most. Obviously, you're going to keep the vampires away from this festival. So let's jump in. Let's jump in a little bit. Tell us when that is. Tell us when that is. And
so that is, I was looking here, that's September 30th and October 1st.
All right. So when the listener gets out of their vehicle, and I always ask these 3 questions: what are they going to see? What are they going to smell? And what are they going to hear?
Well, obviously, they're going to smell garlic. It's everywhere. So the Garlic Festival is located at Cantine Field, which is owned by the town. It's a 127-acre recreational facility, so it's large, quite, can accommodate. So everything, and every booth has to have something pertaining to garlic in it. And you're going to see that, but you're going to hear great music, local acts, just all kinds of things like that. So it's great.
Why did they choose the Garlic Festival?
Well, there was a woman by the name of Pat Reppert who lived in Saugerties and had a farm. And she was growing garlic and started having little garlic festivals. And over the years, her farm couldn't accommodate it anymore. It got a lot of attention. So she approached the Kiwanis, and they took it over and started assisting her. And it just grew and grew into this massive event.
Awesome.
And it's really great because it's not just garlic. I mean, this is the Hudson Valley. So we have a lot of wonderful farms here. And so it's a lot of farm to table, all kinds of great, you can buy vegetables and jellies and just all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh man, I have a bass player that's going to be at your garlic festival. I'm telling you what, if it's not on his breath every day, it's a whole shut
You
up.
have to come to this. It's really, and the best part is it's organized by the Saugerties Kiwanis, and they're volunteers.
Yeah.
And the money all goes back into the community. So for Coach for Kids, and nobody gets paid, it's all, and it's a lot of out of the area vendors, but it's a lot of local vendors.
Sure. No, absolutely, for sure. Marjorie, what's the enjoyment that you get out of this in being a part of these events and helping your community? Where's the reward come from you?
Me, I love Saugerties.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore this community. This is a great place to live. I mean, my family wouldn't have stayed here this long if it wasn't such a great place. So to me, to see other people come here and realize what a great place it is, that's just the best, you know. And to see all these community organizations and businesses prosper because of events like this, that's even better.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Marjorie, this is the segment of the show where you get to ask me a question. What question would you ask me?
I'm not, I'm not even sure. To tell you the truth, at this point, I'm not. When are you coming to Saugerties?
Well, as soon as we get invited to play, that's probably the best time. That's usually what I say. We actually spent some time in New York a couple of years ago. We've played at a couple of casinos there, some county fairs, and from mid-state up to north, it's just beautiful. Like I had no idea, and I don't think most people do, which is why we're doing this segment, because New York State has so much more to offer than New York City. And while the city is majestic and spectacular in its own way, there's a whole nother world.
Well, and people don't realize we're 2 hours away. Saugerties also is the home to HITS. I don't know if you've ever heard of HITS, Horse Shows and Sun.
Okay, no.
That's a national equestrian organization. And so they're here. And in the fall, they have, well, from late spring to fall. But in the fall, they have their Grand Prix. It's $1 million purse. So,
wow.
I mean, that's right here in the village. So,
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Well, Marjorie, sum it up for us. How do people find out more about what's going on there in Saugerties, and how can they learn about it, and how can we make plans?
Yeah, so you can email us at saugertiestourism.com, and you can also go to our website. There's a Saugerties Tourism website.
Okay.
And it'll have all kinds of events and different organizations right there on the site.
That's spectacular. Marjorie Block, thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the storm, and it will be spring soon, I promise.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle